I hate soccer.
How long are you home for?
I'm here till Saturday.
Are we training on Wednesday too?
Yeah,
Okay,
if you
what
can.
It would have to be a little bit later. It'd have to be like noon.
That's fine. I don't really care. I came home like 2 days before I knew it. Like, I decided 2 days before I came here that I was coming home.
Oh, you weren't gonna come home?
No, because I'm in Florida.
Where does everybody
spring break?
Exactly. Where does everybody in Florida go
Home,
on spring break?
usually, or like some girls are going to the Dominican. Like next year, there's like a boat ride to the Bahamas. It's only an hour and like a half from
Really?
us. Yeah, that's what we're doing next year, I think.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So okay, when did you didn't even? I didn't even know. Nobody
I kept
knew.
it secret. Well, I mean, I didn't really like. If people asked me, I told them. But it was
Right.
only like a week.
So USF.
Yeah.
How was that whole? Okay, you played. It's not like you didn't play.
Yeah.
I mean, not as much as you wanted to.
No. I mean, I understood it. I was behind Sarita, was a fifth year, and she started since her like freshman year there.
Uh-huh.
And then I was behind a girl named Sarah, who's a fifth year as well.
Yeah.
And she's a transfer from Virginia.
And now you're at Florida Atlantic, and it's the same conference.
Yeah.
Were you ever talking to them during your recruiting?
No.
And like, how did that whole thing? Because anybody that I know that talks about the transfer portal, they say how miserable it is.
I mean,
Yours seemed like.
the most miserable part was that I had to like find clips of myself and make a video.
Really? I've talked about that in several episodes now, where I think that every college player should make a highlight reel.
Yeah, because I had to
Just
do
because
it
you
in
just
like a
don't
day.
know.
Because when I went in the portal, the first thing people asked for was that, and I was like,
And I mean, you probably hadn't made a highlight tape
no,
since
and I didn't even make them
junior year.
I didn't even make like a highlight tape junior year. Like
They just let you go. They just recruited you off of seeing you in person.
yeah, I didn't. Send
USF
them,
did?
I didn't send them any tape. I didn't like send my footage. I don't love this school. It's not like I'm like I need to play here. I need to stay here for college.
Right, you just got there. It's not like you're.
And like I wasn't that happy. I mean, my favorite part about the school was the people, like my friends.
And
That was the hardest part to leave.
How close are you to USF now? An hour away?
No, it's like 3.5.
Oh, it's 3 hours?
Yeah.
Where's Florida Atlantic?
So like Tampa, USF.
Yeah.
It's like here.
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic is like here, opposite coast, south.
Really? And south?
Yeah.
So it's even like warmer?
Yeah. It's
Is
like actually in South Florida. USF
Is that like
isn't-
Miami?
Yeah, we're like an hour away from Miami.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like West Palm Beach,
Yep.
Delray, Boca. Boca's where Atlantic is.
Yeah.
And then you've got Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
Are you ever gonna come back?
I don't know. I love it though. And I love the area. And I love the school like better than USF. Like I'm honestly.
Yeah. So they were going to say, you know what? Battle it out in the spring and
Yeah.
then make cuts.
Yeah.
And then at that time, all these spots, there are no spots.
But the thing is, they told that to so many girls that like 11 girls on my team went in the portal.
11.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was really weird. Like they didn't just like cut people. They were very like unsure. Like they told all of us like we can't give anyone like a
Answer right now.
And like if you can't give at least like, and I
A
heard
heads up, because if they
Yeah.
waited to cut you until after the spring, you might not have an opportunity to play
that
anywhere
I was
else.
not gonna do that. Like that was like I'd have to
11
quit
girls.
soccer.
11 girls in the transfer portal.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exact, but it was like, I don't know how many people. So some people stayed. He gave us all the opportunity to go in the portal and stay in the spring.
Right.
Some people did that. They went in the portal and they didn't find anything they liked,
Oh.
so they're staying in spring.
Oh, well, that's good.
Which
But
was,
then you found something.
But yeah, I wanted to leave.
How many options did you have?
I mean, depends on like what offers, options.
Offers.
I mean, I talked to like money wise and like
Gonna.
official visits with like probably 4.
Oh, good.
but I
all in Florida or
no,
all over?
I wanted to stay in Florida, but I knew how like difficult it could be, like because it's in the portal and like with the roster cuts,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I'd be able to stay there.
Right.
So
Gianna's going through that right now, I guess.
Gianna.
Tazolino.
Oh really?
Not necessarily. I haven't talked to her and I haven't sat down with her yet, but I know that Kentucky is doing that same thing, where they're like, well, you're going to battle it out in the spring, and then we'll make our decisions. It's like, okay, so you're screwing over everybody that you recruited. He
didn't recruit me. That's another thing. Denise, the old head coach.
Oh, there was a coaching change?
Right before I got there.
Wow.
So Denise used to be the head coach. She saw me at a flash practice.
Up here? She came up here.
So she's from Canada, so she recruits a lot of Canadians.
Oh, okay.
And she was passing through Flash. She knows Eric Dade.
Yep.
And she went to a training, and that's how I got seen. Like that's how she saw me, and then she kept going to like our, like what are they called, showcases.
Wow, I didn't know that. So then, what happened to her? Where is she?
She, retired from college coaching, and she coaches Tampa Bay Sun. It's like a USL league. Team.
Wow. So when did you find out that she was leaving? Or when did she retire?
She retired after the season before me.
So like January?
Less than a year, I'd say.
So you could have decommitted and then...
Well, I think I signed.
You had already signed?
I don't remember. She was still coaching when I signed, but I don't know if she had like announced... I don't remember when she announced it.
It's crazy talking to all you guys and talking about a coaching change.
Yeah.
Because it's like you guys get super screwed over.
I didn't talk to Chris Brown, the head coach there, who is my head coach, in the process.
Was he the assistant with Denise?
They're married, and he was the assistant coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
she was the head coach.
Yeah.
He was the assistant coach.
Yes.
She retires and takes the USL job. And then he gets the job.
And he had the head coach job, and then they had we had Ashley Mead, and then Brock Duckworth were the assistants.
So how's the new staff and new coach and new everything?
At USF?
No, at Florida Atlantic, your new spot.
I like them a lot. Like Coach Baker, he's the head coach. He has a lot of history in college soccer.
Okay.
He won a national championship with Florida State, and then as an assistant coach.
As an assistant for Mark Krikorian, probably?
Probably.
So he probably worked for with Mark Krikorian, who's a legend.
I don't know all the details. Then he was at Georgia.
Okay.
And then he's been at FAU for a while, and he was like, they were really good in the CUSA, and now they're in the American Conference.
Right.
It's like this is like, my season will be the third season of them in the American.
How'd they finish?
This year?
Yeah.
Not good.
No?
No. The year before, they did pretty good, and they beat USF in the tournament and stuff, but then this year they didn't even make the tournament. Like, they had a rough year this year.
Right. Probably lost seniors and whatnot.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. There's got to be something to do to protect kids from this.
I mean,
is it everything that you thought it was going to be? College soccer?
I mean, I honestly didn't have the best hopes. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, college soccer is going to be amazing. Like, I had Peyton.
Yep.
And all of her friends.
Yep.
Like, I had kind of an insight of like how awful it was for some people.
Right.
So I was just hoping that my experience was better.
Right.
Basically. And also, like, I was naive in the process. Like, I feel like I definitely committed too early. I think I should have waited.
Too early? When did you?
Well, January of my junior year.
Okay.
But I think I should have waited. Because I had visits, like, I was supposed to go on and I never went. Like, they gave me 2 days to commit.
I don't know if they would actually abide by it. Donnie George did that at Bonnie's.
I don't know.
And I'm like,
I feel like it's just...
take your time. What I tell players is just please take your time. Just take your time and really, like, think about it and really weigh all your options.
Yeah.
What were the other schools that you didn't end up going on the visit to?
Well, I wanted to look at Old Dominion more.
Uh-huh.
And then I wanted to, what's it called? Elon.
Where's that?
It's in Virginia.
Okay. Is that Old Dominion in Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had visits, like, lined up.
Yeah.
And I didn't go on them because, like...
You committed.
Well, I visited USF in August, so, like, a while before I committed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in, like, downtown Tampa on the visit.
Yeah.
USF isn't in downtown Tampa. Like, once I got there, it was like, oh. But, yeah, I think I kind of was, like, misled, and I was like, Florida, good conference. And then I was like, oh. And I heard, like, just, like, money-wise.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah. I talked to my parents about it.
I just saw something. I think it was like a St. Louis girl. I think it was University of St. Louis, where she's running track. She's doing both. She's playing soccer and she's doing at least indoor track. I don't know if she's doing cool. Outdoor. Any interest at all? And could you at Florida Atlantic?
I think I could if I started training again.
I think you could too.
I mean, I have to train.
But then you just miss out on all the spring, right?
I miss out on the spring, and also just like I like having a balance. I feel like that'd be a lot of just like mentally like athletics and stuff. Like I like having a balance between like school, athletics, like social.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you homesick at all?
I mean, I miss people.
Right.
My dog and cat. But like.
And your parents.
Yeah, people, family, my family.
Yeah.
But like that's why I'm here because I miss everyone. So I decided to come back.
Yeah. And then when are you gonna be done? What are you doing this summer?
This summer? Well, I don't really know. We're gonna be back. We end early. It's like mid-April.
Okay.
And then I get back probably like late 20s of April because of exams.
Okay. And then are you going to be in New York?
Yeah.
Over the summer?
I'll be here in the summer. I'm going to get like a job and stuff, work.
Are you going to try to play?
Yeah.
Over the summer?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to like reach out to like FC Buffalo.
You should.
Yeah, because them and the...
they're going to need you.
What's it called? Flower
City?
They reached out. They DM'd me.
They're in Rochester.
But I think I would rather stay in Buffalo because it would just be like less of a...
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the same thing.
Who is the coach? Oh, it's Margolis. It's the Buff State coaches.
Yeah. But I'll definitely try to do that while I'm here.
Yeah, I'll talk to Carissa about it too.
Yeah.
I'll inform her.
I think, yeah. I think I'll be able to.
Yeah, I want to have you and Peyton in here together one day. What?
Talking?
Yeah.
We'd get in an argument for sure.
Why?
We just argue over little things.
What did you learn from her experience? That these
coaches don't really... Well, I learned that some coaches don't care about, like, first of all, like, mental... They don't really... Like, it's, like, their job.
Yeah.
Like, I realize that a lot of coaches don't really care.
It's their job, and they have to win.
And there is politics involved, like, everywhere.
Oh, I heard there was no politics in soccer. I've had coaches tell that to me. It's like, oh, stop talking about politics in soccer. There's no politics in soccer.
There's so much.
Even
bit. At, like, places I've been.
Do you think the ECNL and the Flash, like, prepared you for all of that? Or was it... They prepared you as a soccer player.
Yeah, they did.
But they didn't prepare you of, like, the business side of, like, how ruthless...
I mean, Flash. I mean,
Flash is kind of
ruthless too. They could be ruthless
too?
with certain things. I mean, with me, when I was younger, it was like so like rainbows and sunshine there.
It was easy because you were everybody's fave.
When I was little, I just like ran. That's all I had to do, run.
Because you're freaking ridiculously fast. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I got older,
you also grew up.
I grew up and I had a life outside of Flash. Like when I was younger, it was like soccer, nothing else, which like is like good for some people. But I need a balance to do well personally.
Right, because then you would do track, and you'd get in trouble for some of that. Or
yeah, then I had that whole thing going on with track.
And then flag football.
Flag football was important.
Do you miss flag at all?
Yeah, I do miss flag. That was just so fun. It was like, I mean, it was like competitive, but at the same time, it was just so fun.
Yeah.
Like, so like easy to just run and throw a ball.
You should play IM flag football down there, like intramural. Intramural flag football. I actually joined
the club group chat at USF to do it.
They have a club team?
At USF. I don't know if they do at Fort Atlantic.
Oh. That'd be good. Would that would interfere?
I'd have to ask my coaches. I mean, I wouldn't miss anything for soccer over club.
Right.
But I'd have to ask about, like, because some coaches are, like, with, like, injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd have to ask, but.
And you don't miss track at all?
I miss winning in track, but I don't miss the sport.
You miss winning?
Yeah, because I was so good at it when I was younger.
Yeah, it's just the individual accomplishment of, like I'm better than you.
Yeah. And
the individual, like, gratification versus a team sport where so many factors go into it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because at track, like, all I had to do was run. And I always had trust, like, I always had confidence in myself with the running. Like, it was never, like...
Okay. Like, I guess FAU, you guys are, what, in the month 2 of the spring season?
Yeah, we're halfway through.
Halfway through?
Yeah.
So how much, like, fitness and running are you guys doing? Do you just kill everybody in the fitness tests and stuff? Or in the running, at least? Or sprints?
I mean, no, there's actually some really fast people. I'd say we have a fast team. And the fitness test, like, we've only done, like, one, like, practice one. Yeah. But, no, I didn't get, like, the highest score in that.
Really?
I mean, that's a fitness test. I didn't do, like, too much extra running over break and stuff, so.
What was
Once
the
I get back
test?
into it was just a yo-yo.
Oh, just a yo-yo?
Yeah. And I went to USF, though, which is kind of bad. I had never run the yo-yo before doing the test.
You never ran the yo-yo?
Mm-mm.
Ever?
Not before I went there.
Okay.
But I did fine. But I just did, like, my own workouts. And, like, I never actually ran it.
If you could do it again, would you do the yo-yo multiple times?
It's different. It's, like, mentally, like, the worst part is the mental part. And, like, the turns.
The turns, because you have to, like, practice
my legs
it.
Get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even, like, the breathing.
No.
It's, like, the legs turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's your schedule right now? Like, how crazy is it at FAU?
It's not crazy. I mean, obviously, so, like, Mondays, we get up early, but...
What, 6, 7 a.m.?
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. We have usually 2 lifts a week.
Okay.
And then we have practice every weekday.
And you guys are training outside year-round.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we haven't had to train inside once. And, like, it's been good weather.
Yeah.
So, like, we haven't had to, like, rain check or anything yet either, which is nice.
Rain check?
Like, there hasn't been, like, a thunderstorm or anything that we've had to, like, go inside.
No?
Like, no practice has been canceled for weather, which is so nice.
Man. So you're talking about that you guys are all fast?
Yeah, we have a fast team.
I've had a lot of conversations about this lately, with Ella and Matt Waddington, of, like, how athletic you actually have to be at the D1 level. Because me, what have I harped on all my, well, since I've known you since 10 years ago? Development. Like, technical development. Mm-hmm. And if you're an athlete, that's great. And if you're not an athlete, I'll just make you technically better. Yeah. Is everybody an athlete? Is everybody just a freak athlete?
Mostly
everybody is just a freak athlete.
But there are a few.
But obviously there's going to be some phenomenal.
That are just technically, like,
brilliant,
here.
Too.
Everyone's here, like, athletically, like, whatever. But then if, like, let's say half our team's, like, here athletically. Yeah. If, like, the other half is, like, here. Yeah. Their, like, technical skills are way above people's. Because they're just, I feel like they just had to work on that more when they were younger and stuff, too. Yeah. What
position were you playing mostly at USF?
So we played 3-5-2, I think. I was a wing back.
Ugh.
Because of my running. Yeah.
So you just run up and down the field. I hate that system. I'm not a fan of that system, especially if your team isn't good enough to carry 60% of the possession.
Yeah.
All you're doing is running up and down the field.
I mean, USF had good possession, I will say. Like,
good,
their possessionally, like, was really well. And that's, like, what they're known for historically, I think.
Good. So
and they're good in the American Conference. Like, USF has always been, like...
And then what does FAU play?
Right now, I think it's for the spring, we've just been doing 4-3-3.
Okay.
Just, like,
and where
basic.
Are you?
I'm the outside mid, so the 3 up top.
Outside. 3 up top.
They've put me in the 10 too.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's a change for you.
I know. I don't mind it though. I actually did better there. I scored there.
Really?
I scored like there instead of my own position.
Well, yeah, because you're right in front of goal. Hopefully.
Yeah, and like I would make like the third man runs.
Yeah. How good is your target forward at like holding the ball up? So that you can run underneath. Getting there?
Yeah, I mean there's been a change. So, like there's a lot of attack, like there's a lot of forwards.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I was like, you can put me wherever you want. I don't really care where they put me.
Is it one of those teams? Do you ever notice that outside backs are the last to get recruited? And the reason why is because a lot of coaches just move their forwards out wide. Have you seen that?
There's like 3 girls that happened to this spring at FAU.
Look at even our like women's national team. Kelly O'Hara, who historically has been an outside back, she was a forward at Stanford and she won the Mac Herman Award. She was a Mac Herman Award winner as a forward.
And then it's so easy to move them back.
And then well, you're not going to beat out Alex Morgan and Abby Wambach, so go play outside back.
Yeah, they've done that. I mean, at USF too. I think every school I know I've seen it
at every single school.
I mean, I was a wing back and I wanted to be striker.
Think of UNC back in the day. Maybe you know her, maybe you don't. Megan Klingenberg. She was like a forward all throughout club, and then she would play some up top at UNC, and then she would play outside.
It happens like often.
That's why I'm starting to tell people. I used to always say, if you're an outside or if you're a center back and you're like 9 or 10 years old, get out of playing center back because you're going to be a center back for the rest of your career.
Oh yeah, once you're center back, I feel like, or like maybe defensive mid every once in a while.
I'm starting to feel that way with outside backs. Don't play outside back because you're not going to get recruited. Think about yours. What, Anna?
Anna Bean?
Yeah. No, wait, she's in 05.
I played with her though.
Who were your outside backs on the 06s?
Kendall, Mesh.
Okay.
And Kristen was an outside, but she also wanted.
Kristen? Really?
She was. I don't remember. She'd always want to play it up top.
Where is she playing?
Providence.
As a center mid, though, right? I don't know either. I haven't seen Kristen forever.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her.
Have you talked to Linda?
Briefly.
Yeah?
Natty Champ.
Wow.
I know, she's doing so good.
That's so awesome.
I know, I'm proud of her.
You think she's going to go pro?
Yeah.
I mean, before her 4 years are up?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know like what her school situation looks like if she wants to like.
I mean, I don't know. I think
Keegan.
Oh, Keegan's.
I've talked to Keegan.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know Keegan at all. Where is Keegan from?
Rochester, like Bath.
She's a Rochester kid. She was what, SEC Rookie of the Year, something like that.
I don't know what the exact, but she got like many
crazy.
And
awards.
she started at like a 5. They had like 5 goalies at Arkansas. She started as a freshman.
Unbelievable.
She's like their number 1 goalie.
And the whole, because I don't know, maybe I was closer with that 04 group than the 07s because she's an 07, right? No, 06. Yeah, I guess I always had more 04s than 07s because it was always Shea. We would always talk about Shea, right? Shea Vanderbosch. Yeah. And I never even knew Keegan as a goalkeeper.
Well, she played in high school. She played center mid.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
She's athletic.
I think goalkeepers should, especially if you're at that level.
One of the most athletic people. Like she can play anywhere, I think.
Yeah. And then I mean,
Like
and Arkansas was top 25.
Yeah, they're always good.
Yeah, they were like number 8 as soon as last year.
Yeah, I don't know what they ended up as, but.
And then Paige Zemansky's going there. From the 07s.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The one from South.
Yep. Well, South. But you miss high school soccer at all?
I miss, like, having fun with, like, my friends. But, like, the soccer. I mean, obviously it was, like, in high school, like, it's so easy to, like, just, like, score so many goals. But, like, other than that.
How's the transition from USF to FAU in terms of friendships? Like, is it when you walk into FAU and you're a transfer, do you feel like girls looking at you weird?
So it's funny. So at USF, when I got there, everyone was so welcoming. Like, I made, like, best friends. Like, I still talk to, like, my best friends, like my roommate Jules. She transferred too. Half of my friends transferred, so it wasn't.
Were they all freshmen?
No. Some sophomores.
They all transferred?
Yeah, a lot of my friends left.
Wow.
Yeah, and then more will leave because they'll either get cut or they're gonna have to decide to leave. So, I mean, we'll see. But like, it wasn't too hard to leave friendship wise because like my best friend Jules, like my best friend there, she was
leaving anyway.
Too. And, like, some of my best friends were also leaving.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it was, like, a collective agreement that we were like, let's go.
Where did they all go? Where did your closest friends go?
Jules, St. John's.
Where's St. John's? And what is that?
Long Island.
Yeah, I was going to say NYC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she lives in Long Island.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I said it, because she, like, went closer to home and stuff, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not like that?
No, I like Florida.
Is that where you're going to be? Like long term?
I mean,
or are you going to be like South Carolina? Because you're a South Carolina person too, aren't you?
Yeah, I want to stay on the East Coast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in Kentucky like your sister?
Mm-mm. She loves it there.
She loves it. She was like, I'm not coming home Kentucky. Either.
I mean,
the horses.
It's just like I come home and it's just gray.
It's kind of depressing.
Yeah, I realize how different life is.
About 2 weeks ago, we had just finished having 40 straight days of snow. Snow fell 40 days in a row.
Yeah, that's depressing.
And about 2 weeks ago, I was like, I need to get the hell out of here. I need to get out of here for like 3 or 4 days.
Let me show you, like, just like the view I have every day. Because we're like...
This is at FAU?
Yeah, FAU is also like 2 miles from the beach. Like Boca.
Whatever.
And so, like, it's just so... I mean, like, look at how...
Oh, it's right near Boca?
It's in Boca.
Raton?
It's, like, in the middle of Boca.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Like, that's the sunrise if you go, like, every morning. It's, like, not even a 10-minute drive. Like, that's just where I get to live. And I also get to play soccer, and, like, it's just so nice. Like, the beach...
I'd open up that window, but...
How clear the water is. Like, it's just so nice. And, like, there's so much to do. And I feel like me personally, like, if I'm having a bad day at soccer...
Just go to the beach.
I need to, like...
Go get sun.
I need to, like, think about something. I can go on a walk. And, like, it's just beautiful. It's what I get to see on my walk. And, like... Oh, but we were talking about friendships.
Sorry.
Sorry. Now I'm talking about
I don't care. I like, dude, listen.
People think it's silly. They're like, you're going to school for the beach. I'm like,
yes.
I mean, not like necessarily, but look at the
I
way I'm
have no
living.
issue with that. And if anybody judges you on that,
yeah.
I will push back on
like,
them.
Such a Florida girl. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy. I get to play soccer.
Yeah.
I'm in the same conference as before.
Right.
Look.
If anybody pushes back on you for this, I am going to get so mad because look at everybody's situations. Look at Peyton's situation, right? There's one thing that we talked about and that stuck out more than anything is that you spend so much time with these people, with these coaches, with these teammates. Sometimes, you know what? If you're doing that and you live in Buffalo, New York.
That's what I'm saying.
How's that walk gonna be? How's that view when you're you can't go anywhere
like,
because you have a foot of snow on the
I mean,
ground.
some people love it.
Some people love it, and those people I cannot get down with.
I'm not there just for the beach, but I like the school.
Yeah.
I mean, I got so lucky in the portal because I got to stay in the same conference. I got to stay in Florida.
How rare is that?
I know.
I would love to see the statistics on that.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I didn't even reach out to FAU in the portal at first.
You're the only person that I know that has had that experience in the portal.
It was really fortunate, I'd say, and I got really lucky. Like, I'm loving where I am now, and I'm honestly so happy I went in the portal. Like, if I would have stayed at USF, I don't think I would have been nearly.
And they were never on your radar before?
Not that I know of. Like, I was never like, I'll go on a visit there. I want to go look there.
So Matt Waddington, when he was in here, he was talking about how he wants every player to rank 5 things of the schools you want to play at, right? And it's education, cost, location, your playing time, and the success of the program, right? Yeah. And for you, it's almost like location's 1.
Yeah. Or, yeah.
Education,
also, I think
location.
Education, location are both good.
Yeah.
Money's better than it was at USF now.
Okay. Well, that's a plus.
What was I going to say?
Playing time, we'll see.
I honestly think, with the way it's going, like, I'm very hopeful.
How many girls are on FAU right now?
Right now, they're short because they had a lot of seniors and they had, like, 3 transfers.
Oh, okay.
It's like 20.
Okay. Oh, wow.
But they're bringing in more transfers and like.
And then freshmen for next year.
But they're probably making cuts. Like they told me.
And then success of the program.
They
had
really
a down
good.
year.
This year wasn't good though. Yeah,
right.
I will say like the success like this past season, they did not have a good season. But before that, like they were in CUSA and they were like really good.
Yep.
There, but now they're in a new conference.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of the I Hate Soccer podcast. If you feel stuck in your recruiting process, we created a guide that includes feedback from 15 college coaches and 10 current college soccer players. Inside this guide, you'll find out what really works in recruiting, from showcases, ID camps, highlight reels, and more. Check it out at playmakertraining.com/recruited. Is the college game super cliquey? In terms of, okay, freshmen over here, sophomores over here, 5th years over here, seniors, whatever. Or is it like position groups? Have you ever been a part of a team that isn't actually like, and everybody, it's like a family?
Honestly, USF that was the thing at USF. The players.
Okay.
With a few, like, here and there
a few
moments.
exceptions or whatever.
But for the most part, it was very, like, the players and the team was very good.
Right.
Like, it was very, like, not cliquey.
Yeah.
Like, I was friends with like, 5th years.
Yeah.
Sophomores were, like, some of my best friends, and Jules, freshman. Like, it was very good, but then everyone's gone, so it's probably not good.
And then everybody's gone.
Yeah.
It's hard because I think that it ultimately comes down to the coach. It's hard, actually. I think that coaches can steer a group into the right direction to have a culture of more family.
That coaches can make some things like competition between players rather than us against other teams.
Yes.
Sometimes, and that makes everyone either get jealous or like petty catty, whatever you want to say, just because like I feel like some coaches make it like you have to be better than this person, like score more goals than them, like play better than them, whereas I think it should be like us as a team should make each other better,
right,
so we can all be better than the enemy or like opponent.
Yeah, it's a fine line, because
but you also like everyone's obviously gonna have in the back of your head, I need to be better than this person.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be competition in your head no matter what.
Exactly.
Like, you have to outbeat your best friend at practice to play.
Right.
So, like, I feel like coaches have, like, somewhat of a say, but also, like, it's just, like, natural sometimes.
So when the coaches in college are making that decision, is it based off of numbers in practice or performance in practice, or is it kind of like the club game that you came up under where you're not playing and you don't know why. Would you rather have it be so like the old North Carolina system but with Anson Dorrance? I haven't talked to Linda. I don't know how this year went.
Yeah.
But the old system was a competitive cauldron where everything was tracked, everything was ranked, and then he would rank players, and it, for some reason, it created a great culture. Then other coaches try to copy that,
but it creates
an awful culture.
I think honestly, it's like personnel, like who you're working with. You have to know. People react differently to that kind of stuff.
Like, would you rather? You talked about track. It's very individualized.
Yeah.
Obviously. Would you rather go through a season and have things ranked and be like, oh, this is why I'm not playing, because I'm
like ranked as in like practices?
Sure, like let's say they tracked every single practice and every single pass, every single time that you were on the ball, every single action. You know, how many times did you dribble and create a chance? How many times did you dribble and lose the ball? An instant feedback on that. Wouldn't you, if you weren't playing, wouldn't you want to know that's why I'm not playing? Versus, I feel like a lot of coaches don't tell you why you're not playing. Yeah. And it's a personal.
Yeah, I think FAU kind of has that more of a thing too. Like, I'm pretty sure he keeps track of like things at practice, which I agree with, honestly. Like, I get it. But it comes to a point sometimes where it's like, at practice, if you're playing like a 3v3, and like some girl sends the goal and scores 10 goals, is she gonna score 10 goals in a game? Is she better than the other people? Like, it comes to like that.
Right.
I think can be like a little like really
deceiving. Yeah.
But if you're playing like 11v11 at practice and like making chances, like good saves, like things like that, I think it's very valid. I think that. I would like that. And if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, then maybe I do have to work harder.
You haven't had any spring games yet?
No, we have. We had 2.
Who'd you play?
Lynn and Eastern Florida.
Okay, and how'd they go?
We beat both 7-0, 3-0.
Right. They're like D2 schools?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, well, who do you have coming up? Any D1 competition coming up?
FGCU, Miami.
Oh, really? Weren't you talking to Florida Gulf Coast at one point?
Yeah. I was talking to them in the portal, too.
Didn't somebody go there from Flash?
I don't think from Flash, no.
Oh. And who was the other one? FGCU and who else?
Miami.
Ooh.
That's our last game.
I used to have a player at Miami.
Yeah.
From Michigan. Really?
Yeah.
How are they?
Miami?
Yeah. That's ACC, right?
ACCU?
I think so.
I think they're in the ACC, but I don't think they're, like, ranked high in the ACC.
No.
I don't know.
Wow.
They had that one girl at freshman, forget her name, she was insanely good. She tore her ACL, so they won't be playing her. But she's, like, a beast.
No injuries on your front? No injury?
No. I mean, I have sciatica, but that's just, like, a come and go kind of thing.
Yeah. You've had that, though.
I've had that since I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing else. What about your team? No injuries? No, nothing crazy?
This year, no. I'm trying to think. Nothing soccer related, really, like sprained ankles.
How many kids from Florida are on those Florida teams? Those USFs, the FAUs?
A lot. I would say there's a good amount of locals.
So Chloe Minor, who, Trinity's little sister?
Yeah.
So Chloe, she was with Flash, and then she went to RNY, and she wasn't getting any looks.
Yeah.
She goes down to Florida and lives with like her grandma and stuff. She's on a ECNL RL team because they're on like probation. They're trying to get into the ECNL. She got like offers within a month down there because there's so many ECNL teams.
And there's
it's
so many
insane.
things there's so much going on down there, I feel.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like what part of Florida? Like Jacksonville, I feel like is a major area.
I want to say it's closer to Orlando.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
That's where my roommate's from.
Okay.
Orlando.
But she plays at, is it Seacoast? I want to say Seacoast, whatever that club is or wherever that is. But it's just a different beast. And does it make you think about what we think of Western New York and the soccer scene here versus how big it is in Florida,
it's so much
how
bigger
big
in
it is
Florida.
in Texas, how big it is in California.
I feel like if you look at how many teams there are in Western New York, it's Flash.
And that's it.
I couldn't really name like another major team.
Do you know?
There used to be like Empire.
Do you know, in my personal opinion right now, if I had a daughter and she didn't make ECNL, do you know what the second best option is right now? RL. 1,000%.
At Flash?
Yeah, that is the second best option right now, especially in certain age groups, like the 2010s, and I would say the 2008s, both of Matt Waddington's teams. I think the 2011s coming up as well. It's like...
Well, it's just so much exposure. Like, you get to go to those shows.
The platform.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Is there a GA team near here?
Yeah, it's RNY, and they're not getting... Yeah. There's a girl that played on the 08 RNY team. No colleges, no offers, no nothing. She's in her first year on RL at 08's. Division 1. She just committed yesterday.
I feel like it's so crazy now too with the younger age groups at this player cut. I've heard of some girls that have been like let go from their commitments.
Right.
And I think right now it would be so hard.
Do you think that that's how USF should have done it in terms of instead of abandoning the people that were already there, why not just bring in a smaller class next year?
There's that, but there's also like they didn't abandon people. They were just like, well, we can't. I mean, you didn't play, like, you didn't start, you didn't play a ton, so we didn't get to see your full potential, so we have to see that.
In the spring.
It wasn't like, oh, like, you're not going to play even if you stay. It's like, all right.
Have you talked to the kids, the girls that have stayed, that are in that predicament? That were in the portal? Well, yeah, the ones that were in the portal and then chose to stay and prove themselves. I mean, everyone's trying to go to FAU right now. Everybody's trying to go to FAU right now? 2. I've already reached out to me and the coaches. How is their mental health right now? They're probably freaking out. I don't want to speak for them because I've only had like brief conversations with them but I mean, I've had conversations. They gotta be stressed. People have reached out to me. I think I'm gonna transfer. That's not a good sign. I don't know how it is there really, but then I asked some girls and they're like, it's going pretty good, but like nothing crazy. And then the one that transferred to Long Island. Yeah, she's happy. She's happy? Yeah. Good. Have you seen her recently? Have you gotten to see her? I haven't seen her, but we FaceTime. And you'll probably see her maybe in the summer. I'll probably visit her, or she'll come here or something. Yeah. Because we were like really close too. That was like the hardest part was leaving USF was my friendships. Yeah. Yeah. And I was also scared going to the portal because like with the player cap, like you hear everyone like you'd see like TikToks and like coaches be like, don't go in the portal now. That was the worst time. Everyone's making cuts, like stuff like that. And so I was like, but I still went because I was like, well, I'd rather be happy. Yeah. I also want to play for someone that like tells me they want me. Like if you're gonna sit there and be like, well, you know, I think you're really good player, but you need to show us like, and you're gonna say that to half your team. Like, no, I want to play under someone that's like, I want you. Yeah. And if they don't want me, then they're like, we don't want you. Right. Give it to me straight. Like if you could have been like honestly. Don't say, you just need to show us more. If they would have been, or if they just would have been like, you're just not a good fit here. Why can't they do that? I think that they didn't think it was fair because they didn't get to see like most of their team, like some of the girls play. Like they're like, you didn't give a chance to everyone, so we want to give you the chance to like. I think at the heart of every coach, they hate cutting kids. Yeah. Even college kids, even high level D1 elite athletes. They hate cutting kids. So instead of cutting them, they say, just show us more and we'll make the decision. Yeah. They're trying. I mean, the only thing I was told to really do more was like talk. That was like really? The main thing was
demanding for the ball.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the one thing they told me to work on out of my 4 months being there.
But, I mean, okay, so at the club level, what happens, especially at my old club in Michigan, coaches treat players like absolute absolute garbage.
Oh my God, you should have. Sorry, I'm cutting you off. In the game we had this week, they were so dirty. Like the way they were playing, I think it was because we were more athletic than them. Yeah. I was dribbling the ball and like I turned with my foot. A girl comes sprinting and I was turning and she came the other way. So like my back went. It's crazy.
So she crashed your back.
Crazy though, like it was like.
Just like now.
Yes, like worse than that. I have like a cracky back, but like it was like.
I don't think I cracked my back in years.
It was like. And I was like, I stood there, I was like, duh. And like if you watch the film, oh my gosh, like they just kept like hitting my knees. I was on the ground, and I'm usually not a ground player.
Was it because
they got me on the ground like 5 times?
Were they so physical?
Bodied.
Were they so physical because you guys are just so fast and faster than them? Remember high school when you would play like a lower level high school team and you'd get whacked because you were gone by the time that they got there.
And like I've gained muscle in college, but I'm still not like I'm not buff. Like if you look at me, like no one's like, whoa, like
I want to get to that.
Scared of her, but I've gained muscle in college. I actually have. My legs used to be as big as my arms.
But going back to the club thing, coaches. So at my old club, coaches, they hate cutting kids. So what they do is they treat them like absolute garbage.
Yeah.
So hoping that they cut themselves.
Yeah.
What I think this coach and what these college coaches are doing around the country are, I hope this kid just goes into the transfer portal so that I don't have to cut them and be the bad guy. Mm-hmm. I hate soccer. It's why it's called I hate soccer.
Like if you put yourself in their shoes, like I get why you don't want to be like the bad guy like that.
100%.
But if you're trying to be a head coach, make cuts if you want. If you don't like them, everyone knows that you have to win. They don't. I feel like anyone would understand it. Yeah. Like obviously, like people are gonna be biased. Like, well, I'm better than this person. Like, why am I not here? Yeah. But like, if you really tell someone, like, me personally, I just don't see you succeeding here. Right. I think people would respect that more than being like, well, we really like you. We want you to stay here. Like, he told me he wanted me to stay. But I was like, but you don't. Like, you wouldn't have had this conversation with me. Like, it was just
You wouldn't have put me in that position. Did any of the freshmen not have that said to them?
Yeah, so...
And they were, like, good. And that was never even a thought.
I don't know for everyone. 2 girls had starts that were freshmen. Okay. They were both midfielders. They had starts. I'm pretty
like
sure
more central
midfielders.
Definitely went central midfielders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably.
And they're going to be fine. And yeah.
Yeah. Man. But like with people I've talked to, like, and even girls that were playing more, they wanted to leave. I don't really know. I couldn't even tell you like what like specific.
Specifically. What was that, Sam?
When I always like to my words, I'm like it's so embarrassing and I just pause.
I love that.
Specifically, I couldn't tell you like one thing that I'm like that's why I had to leave. Like it wasn't like, oh my God, I hate the coaches. Like I didn't have a bad relationship with the coaches. I wasn't like, right. But was I happy? No. Like I would leave soccer practice. I wouldn't even have like a bad practice. I would just want to cry. I didn't know why. Aww. And like that never happened to me at like
Flash.
No. I think it was a confidence thing too. Like my confidence before college, like I had pretty good confidence. And like after, like it was like here, and like I'd say November it was like here. Like drastic downfall of confidence for sure.
Think about like, okay, when you were at Clarence, although you were playing with older players at times, right? So when you came in as a freshman, Peyton was what, a junior or something like that? Junior. Or your freshman year, those seniors, I forget who some of those seniors were on that team, but like think about how young you were. Yeah. And then you're competing against like that transition into college. When you're playing and training with 22-year-olds.
That was what was crazy, too.
Like, you come from your ECNL team, and you're, like,
and you're in, like,
the best player.
Yeah.
You're top of the roster. You're playing all the time. You get away with whatever because there's nobody better than you on the team.
Yeah.
So it's like, and depending on who your coach is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then you go into an environment where you're now the youngest again.
You're the
new kid
on
they're gonna make you feel like the new kid supposedly. And you know what I mean? And it's like, man.
Well, even just like the conversations in the locker room. Like, you're hearing a 22-year-old talk about like the way their life is going. You're like,
yeah,
I'm 18. It's like the difference of like maturity is crazy as well.
I had a married guy and whose wife was pregnant when I was a freshman in college on my team.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on and where am I?
Stages of life are like so different. Like, you just hear like the conversation sometimes and you're like that's crazy.
Right.
But
before we go train, let's talk about fitness. You said you're stronger. You're like,
yeah.
You think you're
I am stronger.
You're
but
definitely
I've always,
stronger.
Like, my body's always just been like
you've always been an elite athlete.
Yeah.
But like, do they ever work on increasing speed, or do they just say, okay, we're just gonna run today?
No.
Do they work on mechanics and stuff? Not really mechanics.
Not really like form.
Okay.
I wouldn't say either school worked on form of running.
Okay.
But like they worked on speed drills and stuff.
Like trying to improve speed.
Especially at FAU right now, we're doing a lot of like speed stuff, like 1 day a week.
Do you do any? So it's like strength based and speed based.
Yeah.
Do you do any like flexibility stuff? Like,
I mean, we have to
like yoga and
they make us stretch.
Maybe Pilates and stuff like that.
I mean, I do that personally. I just like yoga and Pilates.
Okay.
On my own. But like,
but it's nothing team or anything like that.
No.
But
yeah.
But you do feel stronger, huh?
Yeah, my legs especially.
Really.
And my arms, but my arms are always just...
Is that strictly from lifting, or is it the amount of miles you're putting in? Or both?
Probably both.
Probably both, but you're definitely probably lifting heavier than you've ever have.
Yeah. I'm also honestly eating better. Like more protein, eating more.
Than you would in high school? Or than you would... Really?
I feel like I definitely ate like way like... more unhealthy. I mean, my parents cooked meals good, but like in high school, like
if you wanted to go somewhere, let's go get like, this.
I've been like a stickler on like my the food I eat.
Where do you get most of your meals? At the dorms, or do you eat at the? Is there athletic facilities that you get to, or an athletic cafeteria?
No, there's not. That was a loss. USF had one, but FAU doesn't. That was like a dang it. But they have a good cafeteria. I get rice, chicken, sweet potatoes like every night. That's like my meal. I love
rice, chicken, what?
Sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are like a superfood, I just saw.
But I've been eating like, I don't know, like, I love chocolate. So I obviously still eat a lot, but I think eating more, honestly, it makes me stronger too.
Yeah.
Because I've been burning so many calories.
It probably helps you.
I have to eat more.
Yeah, you have to eat more. Do they track anything like that? Do you wear GPS monitors, heart rate monitors, do they track like your meals, making sure that you guys are eating?
They don't track our meals though, but I feel like if they notice.
Or sleep or anything.
Some girls have Whoops. I don't like those. I don't know.
You don't like them?
No, I don't trust them.
Kona.
I feel like I'm like, that's not true. Like, I wouldn't believe that. They're like, you got.
What about like an Apple Watch? You know.
I've never worn one.
Really?
Sometimes I feel like it's better not to like. I don't want to
track.
Yeah, because you can get like so hyper fixated, especially like female athletes. I've seen some people go through like like eating habits and stuff because of like
the app that they're on.
The app that someone says like you ate.
MyFitnessPal, or I could see that.
Or like some people just be like mentally like you kill yourself because of it. Like,
or
be happy.
You know
eat what you want.
That's a good thought, because think about the people that are obsessed with getting 10,000 steps a day, whether you believe in it or not. What if your body needs a break, and then you're not listening to your body, And it's like, well, I walked 15,000 steps a day, so I got it in. It's like, dude, you need to. You're like this close from a. Injury.
If you're like an athlete, unless you have like a problem or you need to like recover from or something, but like female athletes, I feel like you shouldn't track calories and like workouts. So you're working out a lot. If you feel like you're not doing enough, then you can make yourself do more without having to like track how much you lose.
Carissima would always talk about how after her college career, she could listen to her body so much more. But she tore her ACL twice, so maybe that helps too. But she's really good at like being in tune with. You know what? I need a break. I need to ramp stuff up.
Yeah.
Are you feeling that right now? Now that you're a year into your college career?
I mean, I've always been like that though. Like I've never been like I've always listened to myself.
What's your major?
Business marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't know what I want to do, so that was like a pretty broad way to start.
Yeah.
But But quickly back to the transfer part, because we never really talked about how it happened. Really quick, I went in the portal.
Okay.
I got a bunch of emails from like at first flooded with like D3, like the first day. Flooded. A million emails from like schools I've never heard of in like Utah.
Is there like a database that you put yourself into the portal? Is it a real thing?
It is. It's like I had to go to this guy. I actually was late into the portal because our maintenance or like compliance guy, he had a family issue, so we couldn't get into the portal for like 3 days, which is like kind of detrimental because we only had 2 weeks.
Right.
So I was like, you gotta get me in there.
Dude, I gotta get on this.
He had family issues, so he got back. We had to go to him. We had to submit a form, and they had to like agree with the form, and then they put us into the portal. We never got to see it, but I'm pretty sure you can like see the names. So
coaches have this database of the transfer portal, and they just see all these names.
I'm almost positive. We can't see it when we're in it. Like, we can't see it. I can't see what it looks like. I don't know what people see of me.
That's so wild.
That's why I had to create a video, because I was like, I don't even know. And then, like, the first day, like, it was flooded with a bunch of schools. I had no idea what they were. I was like, oh, my God.
This is what it's going to be. I'm going to have to play
Utah D3 if I ever want to play soccer again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my gosh. I'm not doing that.
And
I was
then
like, that was the hardest
waited.
part. The first day, I was like,
right.
I was like, damn.
And then FAU emailed you?
No. So
okay.
I was getting reached out by I was talking to like Old Dominion, like Stony Brook, like local schools, and then like FGCU I had like talked to a little bit, like some like more schools south, some teams in like the ASUN.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get so Rick Staten, he's the UMBC head coach. He used to be the Georgetown assistant coach. Yep. And he used to coach me. He was my head coach for ODP.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had a connection to him. So I was like, I'll reach out to him. Really good guy. I loved like playing under him. So I reached out to him in his school, and we had like a Zoom meeting. Okay. In the meeting, he was like, I mean, I'm not stupid. Like, I know you're talking to other schools, especially like in Florida. And I was like, how does he know this? 'Cause I was like, oh, what? And he was like, yeah, like FAU, good friend, was talking about you. I had not talked to FAU. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I know, yeah. Talking to them.
What day was this in the portal?
5, 6.
Day 5?
I don't know the exact day. I mean, it was only like 2 weeks.
So they saw your name. Beginning. I wonder if it's like broken down by school too, and like see the conference, so and then he tried to try and
reached out to Rick Staten, who is my coach 5-6 years ago, about me. Yeah. Then USF coach calls me in the office. FAU called me. I was like, oh, and he was like, yeah, like obviously, he's like, I'm going to say everything, like, good about you. I was like, thank you. But, like, I was like, what do you say about me? I said I didn't know.
What would you say bad about me?
I know. I was like, what? So what was the bad stuff that you want to say about me? What are you hiding from me? I was like, what? And because I didn't know, I was like, if he still wanted me on his team, like, he could be like, well, she's okay. You know what I mean? So I was like, what if he's, like, snarky because I'm leaving? I don't know what he's going to say about me.
Right.
If I decide, like, because I decided to leave, like, when I went into his office and told him I was leaving, he was, like, kind of surprised, which was weird to me because I was like, I feel like this shouldn't be a surprise to you. Like, I want to go somewhere where, like, they want me.
Right.
I told him that. He's like, well, we do want, but, like, whatever. So I didn't know what he was going to say about me.
Right.
And so he was like, yeah, he didn't tell me the conversation, though. He was like, like, it was at practice. He was like, FAU. Call me. I just want to let you know, keep you like in the loop. Chris Brown's a really respectful guy. Like he really like, I respect him.
That's the USF coach.
He okay. As a person, I think he's a really nice guy, really respectful.
Really good, yeah.
He like cares about people. He has a daughter in college soccer. Like
right.
I think he like kind of is very respectful with that kind of stuff. So I like respected what he said. But
right.
I was like, okay. And then I reached out to Aaron and Dade. I would just like let them know I was like in the portal, whatever. And then Dade, like right away, Eric was like, want to call about it. And so I was talking to Eric, and then like 2 days after I told Eric, he had called me and said that Patrick Baker, FAU coach, reached out to him.
Who reached out to Eric?
Eric, yeah. Aaron and I never talked about it. I messaged him, and he was like, you can call me. It never happened. But right. Eric was very helpful, and then he told me that FAU called him. And I was like, why are they calling everyone but me? I was like, this is so weird. There's a third person.
Are they allowed to? I don't know. Okay, they are?
They can talk to anyone they want. I mean, it's just like, they were just like, hey, how's so-and-so?
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And so I was still waiting for like an email from them.
This
is
like, week 2.
This was like end of week 1. Week 2 was when I visited.
End of week 1, okay.
But I was so confused because I was like, they have not reached out to me. They haven't showed interest in me, but they're talking to like everyone about me. So they're getting background.
It's a good sign.
Background check.
It's a good sign.
Then I get an email, and I have a phone call with Coach Baker. Mr. Baker. No. Coach Baker.
Yeah.
I have a call with him. It went really well. He was like super friendly, super nice. And then he asked me to come on a visit. And he flew me from Tampa. This was the last week I was in Tampa. So this is the second week now. And he flew me from Tampa to Boca on like this little like flyer plane. Like it was like a not even an hour flight.
Like probably like 15
It was like
seats.
Silver Airlines, like bright pink plane. How
many people were on this plane?
I think 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with like the propellers.
Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary actually.
I know, a little bit. But it was a pretty view. But then I got there. So like Monday, I packed. Tuesday, got there. Tuesday night, went to dinner with them. Wednesday, had the whole day with them. Wednesday night, or was it Thursday morning? Thursday morning, I leave after the visit. Visit went great. I loved everyone. I loved it. Like, I was like, I really like this school.
Right.
I was sick the whole time, too, so that sucked. But I had a respiratory infection, so then I had to fly back. So I flew back, and then we only had, like, 4 more days to talk until the portal closed, and I'd be, like, stuck in it until spring.
Ugh.
I would have to stay at USF if I didn't commit.
Right.
So then he called me that night with the offer. I was like, that's great. Talked to my parents. I committed. Then Thursday night, packed all my stuff up. Friday, packed all my stuff up, put it in a storage unit, locked myself out of my room, had to leave, went home, and that was the end of USF.
Hold on. So
like literally like 3 days.
What is the portal time? Was that November or was that December?
November.
So that's November. When was classes done at USF?
December. I was still in class.
What?
I still had classes, but a lot of my classes were online.
Okay. So did you come home?
I came home.
And did you do them from home or did you do them from FAU?
Commitment?
No, the classes in December.
Oh, no, I finished those at USF.
Do they take care of all the transfer stuff? Or is that a whole separate thing? The academic stuff.
Well, I mean, I had to talk to
your advisor.
Zeman, who's my advisor at FAU, and I had to talk to my advisor at USF, which we didn't have because like it got all messed up. But
was that seamless?
Pretty much.
It was easy.
I mean, I had to send my transcripts like myself.
I wonder now, hearing your story, Thanks for bringing this back up.
Yeah, because I feel like that was the whole point of this conversation.
It was, and then we just.
Yeah.
But it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, so what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal on game days? Like that crap. I don't care. Really? That's your game day thing?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, I mean, we can talk about that, but no. I wonder how many people panic in that first week and say, oh my God, they're not coming. The D1s, the other D1s aren't coming. So then they just say, okay, I'm going to pick this D3. I'm going to pick this D2.
I don't know.
Wow. Things are a lot clearer now.
And
you just sit there and wait.
I didn't even wait
what
that
happens?
long.
What happens if they don't wait? They don't come. Like, how many emails were you getting? It's all through email. You're saying there's not
I got texts, I got email, and I got like word of mouth through my coach. He'd be like, "They talk to me. They want to talk to you."
So in the portal, in the whatever you had to fill out, you give all that information, your email, your cell phone, and all that.
I'm pretty sure the portal literally it's your name, your class, the school you went to, and your email and phone number. Nothing else. They can't see anything else unless they research.
And then
they can't click your name and get a whole database of you.
Who wanted the highlight reel? FAU, or did something in the portal want it?
Like a
few schools wanted it
in the portal. Yeah, and then FAU, they asked for it, but it wasn't like they asked for it after they did the research on me. Like, obviously,
Kona.
They talked to like literally 4 people before they mentioned anything to me, and then they asked me for like.
They're doing their due diligence.
I know, and I respected that. I was like,
they probably want to know, like, okay, why is this girl in the portal in the first place?
I'm guessing that's why they went to USF. I mean, Rick Stanton was a total, like, I was like 5 years ago.
That's the UMBC guy?
He was like mad research. Probably looked at like my high school stuff. But then, literally quick turnaround. In that 1 week, I decided from going from like, I don't know where I am right now, to everything is packed up in a storage unit.
Dude. Oh, I didn't know my cleats were over there. I'm sorry. Holy cow, man.
It was a really quick turnaround.
Dude, what are you doing? Stop it.
So it was like stressful, but I knew that I wanted to get out of there. So, but I have no hard feelings with like USF in general. Just wasn't my vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, soccer obviously didn't go the way I wanted. So that was like the first thing. That's basically why I went there. Right. Education was fine. Nothing wrong with education. So that was fine. Location, hated it. It was in like not a good area of Florida.
Really?
Yeah. It was like 30 minutes from downtown Tampa.
Okay.
And then like around campus, not good. Like
really?
I wouldn't walk off campus ever.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's in like
it's in Temple Terrace.
Like an inner city?
It's not a city. It's like not a suburb or a city. It's like random plazas.
It's just like
a lot
rural?
of poverty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So I didn't love that. And then also like there's nothing to do.
Compared to FAU.
Yeah, FAU's in paradise. I'm not even kidding. They say winning in paradise, and I was like, that's a stupid slogan. No. Like, the worst thing that could happen to you is get, like, hit by a coconut falling off a tree.
Sun poisoning?
My boyfriend came down.
Yeah?
And he got, like, really bad burns, and it was only, like, a UV of 7. The UV's 9 now, so I'm so excited when I go back.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah. And then the soccer, I mean, I'm already liking it better. I'm already getting more confident. I've talked to this coach about it. Because, like, he brought back film. We had, like, a meeting about the first game. Mm-hmm. And I did, like, well. I scored. I got, like, 2 assists. So I did good. And then he was just like, but, like, why do you pass so quick sometimes? Like, I feel like he's like, sometimes you just get the ball and you pass it.
And your first solve.
I was like, because at USF, I was way too scared to take the ball. I'd pass it as soon as I got it. Like, confidence-wise, like, I was like, boom. And so that's what I've been working on now. Just confidence. But I've gotten better. But I'll just get back to it. Like, in high school, I had so much confidence.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Right.
Like, everyone has confidence. But I lost a lot of that. So that's, like, I'm honestly getting it back from being here, though. So.
Good.
And I'm, like, happier while I'm playing.
That's the key.
Like, I get to actually play soccer now. I'm not worried, like, oh my God, like,
what's going to happen?
Yeah.
That's the key. You got to find places.
You got to find somewhere, like, also another thing is, like, some people are like, I want to go to this school. Like, I'm like, you have to find somewhere that, like, you see yourself being happy, I think is the main thing. Like, mentally, I think it's a big component, how your mental health is.
Absolutely. You got to enjoy where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to put everything into it that you otherwise would have.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a situation where you love it, you're going to work so much harder, I feel.
Yeah. You actually want to, like, perform. Like, you want to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, anywhere you are, you want to play. You want to do well. But, like, if I'm loving it where I am and, like, I'm more competitive now, I actually have confidence that, like, I can, like, actually feel like I have a chance to, like, do something.
Contribute.
Yeah.
And you want to be part of the team.
Yeah.
You don't want to be part of, okay, well, training sessions are about the starting 11.
Oh, so I get to be...
And then everybody else.
I get to be the passive defensive player for the third time this week with a penny on. Not that anymore. That's
not that anymore. Yeah. Well, you guys are just in a penny, and you guys are going to be act as cones that can kind of move. So we had a
focus group and non-focus group was what it was called.
How are you supposed to build a team when you have a focus group and a non-focus group?
It worked for them, but not that well. We had a lot of ties. We didn't do well in the tournament.
Yeah, but what about the
fitness? We'd have to run.
No, I don't know why I said fitness.
Oh.
I meant the culture. The culture of the team
I'm surprised
cannot
that
be
USF
that
had
healthy.
A pretty good culture.
It did?
It did. Off the field, everyone was really good friends, I'd say.
Okay.
But I think it was also personnel. Like, if I look at those girls, no matter where I was, I think we'd all be best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was just, like, really good people, honestly. That's, like, the main thing I miss was, like, the bond between everyone. I mean, obviously I'm building connections at FAU, but, like...
You're 2 months in.
Also at USF.
2 months in.
Like, it was kind of like we're suffering together with some people. So, like, some of my best friends, like, we went through, like, the same kind of mental, like, challenges together. So I feel like that made us closer also.
And some coaches enjoyed doing that, too. It's like the whole, like, miracle on ice thing. It's like, well, if they're too busy hating me, they can't hate each other.
Yeah.
It's like...
But honestly, no one... Actually, I can't speak for everyone because that's wrong. I didn't hate...
The coaches.
You
had no issues with them.
I didn't ever have, like, oh my God, he's the worst coach ever. I can't play under him. It just wasn't my style.
That's what Payne said. It was, good and stuff
I left on a good note.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like, F this school, hate you all, can't wait to get out of here.
And now you're going to play against them.
I know, and it's not even going to be like...
Do you have that, like, circled on a calendar of, like...
It's late October at USF.
And that's got to...
But I'm mostly excited, like, it sounds stupid, but to see all my friends.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But you can also be like, I'm really going to...
I want to score. I want to be like...
I want to score.
Yeah.
It's like...
But honestly, like, I got really fortunate staying in the same conference, too. Like, I'm really happy I got to stay.
Yeah.
Because, like, I didn't really want to go down to, like, because I still had confidence that I was, like, still the same player. Like, I still could play same conference.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't want to go down. But there are some girls from USF that went in the portal, and they ended up in, like...
In the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. Which is crazy. It's crazy how different it is for everyone.
I've heard horror stories about the transfer portal.
Yeah, I have too. And some people had horror stories.
Even girls from USF? Mm-hmm. Or just girls from,
just in general,
like friends and flash girls?
Yeah,
and
you just hear
like
it.
That.
You're like, that's awful.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't plan on transferring again.
No?
I don't want to. I've also, like, with FAU... I love the soccer, but I also love the school.
Love the school.
Like, I would stay there. I would like confidently be like, if I didn't play soccer ever, I would still want to be at this school.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Look at Peyton. Peyton's in that boat right now.
Yeah.
Right? And she was going into senior year, so she's like, why would I transfer?
Me and Peyton have different mindsets. It's so funny.
She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay here, and she loves Kentucky. She's so gonna end up in Cincinnati or Kentucky right there.
Yeah.
And
I think she's gonna come home for a little while first, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it'll be hard to just.
Well, if she gets a big girl job down there, you never know.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
You were nervous.
Yeah.
And then.
I'm not sure if we got any.
An hour and 20. Oh, you got some
great stuff.
Some great stuff.
I hate soccer.